have this over the weekend. So Vice President Mike Pence, former governor, in case you didn't know that, he went and visited a Texas detention facility, actually several of them. And you got a bunch of members of the media led by Chris Hayes. Now, Chris Hayes sent this tweet out. This is going to be a fake news flash, by the way. Look at the absolute cowardice on display here. Not one of these men, Vice President Lindsey Graham, Senator Mike Lee, and Senator Tom Tillis, have the moral courage or common human decency to actually walk up to the human beings on the other side of the fence and talk to them. A pathetic display, he says. This is Chris Hayes. He's supposed to be a newsman. He's not a newsman. He's an opinion guy, but he's supposed to be a newsman. Now, Chris Hayes does that, and a bunch of other blue checkmark brigaders in the media say the same thing. Now, if you are a member of the media, okay, and you are tweeting these things out, as a member of the media, you should be vetting the things that you publish, right? No, because there's a ton of video and pictures of the vice president talking to the migrants who were at that particular facility. The Secret Service would not allow anyone, including the vice president, in fact, the vice president even being in that room of the temporary holding facility. That was basically intake. It was a temporary facility before they transferred to the bigger facility. The intake facility, the Secret Service did not want him in the room. So the vice president had to negotiate with the Secret Service to even get in the room to see it. And they negotiated to get the press pool in, by the way. Okay? So they could have left the press pool outside because the Secret Service didn't want the press pool in there either. But they negotiated and they got them in. Again, this is the administration that is supposed to be censoring the press, and yet you've got the communications person literally getting in a shoving match with North Korean security so American media can document it. And then you have the vice president negotiating with the facility to allow the press into the intake facility where the temporary holding chain link fence thing is. I'm not going to call it a cage because it's stupid and it's not true. So anyway, besides, anybody knows WWE knows it's a cell. It's not a cage. So got video of the vice president talking to the migrants at the detention facility in Donna, Texas, asking them if they're being treated well. And they all respond that they're being treated very well. Isn't that interesting? I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at four particular pieces that prove that he was talking to the migrants when he was doing his tour. And I've got several members of the press, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 out there saying that he didn't have the courage to talk to any of them. And yet I'm watching video of him doing it. Weird, huh? Kind of strange that none of these people would have contacted any of their colleagues who might have been at this particular trip, but they chose to lie about him instead. So the vice president's account kind of hit back, as they should have. By the way, thehill.com published this stuff. The Hill actually published a video, says, "Are they taking good care of you here?" Vice President Pence talked to migrants while visiting detention facilities in Donna, Texas. Vice President Mike Pence toured and spoke with migrant families with children at a Texas Border Patrol facility. That's a separate tweet by thehill.com. And so the vice president's account hit back. "Ignoring the excellent care being provided to families and children, our great CBP agents deserve better, and the American people deserve the whole story from CNN. CNN is so dishonest. Today we took reporters to a detention facility on the border for families and children, and all told us they were being treated well. Rather than broadcast the full story showing the compassionate care the American people are providing to vulnerable families, tonight CNN only played video of men in the temporary facility and didn't play any footage of the family facility at all. Gee, I wonder why." And again, lying about the vice president and other people who are there in that delegation, including senators, not talking to any of these migrants when in fact they did several times at multiple facilities. That's what you get, ladies and gentlemen, in American media, just complete and utter dishonesty coming from so many of them. It's ridiculous to see this type of stuff when we have video evidence to the contrary, but they know that a large chunk of their followers are not going to be interested in looking this up and making sure that it was true. They just want confirmation bias narratives to be fulfilled, And as long as that happens, they don't really care what else happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. You can go online at 953mnc.com for all of those breaking news stories as well.
The home improvement season is here for top quality custom replacement windows.
What's up, Corey?
Call Ultratech, and for a limited time, there's no money down and no interest for 1 year.
Oi.
This is Barbara and Niles.
They replaced our windows and put new siding on our house, and our house just looks beautiful. The wintertime to keep the heat in and the cold out, and the summertime cool in here. It's just a totally different house.
Yeah, Holman, I didn't get a chance to play it today.
We had another
Sorry.
place,
I got a little sidetracked with the press conference, to be honest with you. And then the Ryan O'Neal thing. I was hoping to do it in this hour, so I planned on doing it this hour, and then it didn't happen.
Financing charges for 1 year. Ultratech is locally owned and serves northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Call today for a free estimate on quality custom replacement windows.
But it's good audio.
And patio enclosures.
we saved a big bunch of money, and we're just wonderfully happy with it.
Call 1-800-431-8755. That's Ultratech at 800-431-8755.
WTRC-FM and HD1.
News Talk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel.
Your top stories right now.
Firing back. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. 4 Democratic congresswomen of color blasting for extreme tweets.
Blasting and cussing.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I can't believe that happened.
To marginalize us and to silence us, please know that we are more than 4 people.
Representative Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts.
It is time for us to stop allowing this president to make a mockery out of our Constitution. It's time for us to impeach this president.
Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Congresswoman Omar is a Somali refugee, the only one of the 4 who was not born here. President Trump tweeting again shortly before the news conference, "We will never be a socialist or communist country," he wrote. "If you are not happy here, you can leave. It is your choice and your choice alone." Another court appearance in New York for hedge fund manager Jeffrey Epstein, who's accused of sexually abusing a girl.
Friday, July 15th.
Lisa, the only decision
All right.
there was no decision on
Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.
if Epstein should
Thank you, Susie. Mom.
Attorney David Boies represents some of Epstein's accusers. He said federal law dictates what the judge should decide.
There's a congressional statute that creates a presumption that somebody accused of these crimes should.
Yeah, O'Neal resigned.
Epstein's lawyers say their client won't flee and that it should count that Epstein
Ugh.
has since having to
Ugh. Any last minute anythings before I bounce on out of here,
Trump has
folks?
officially nominated Mark Esper to be his defense secretary, but first he must step down as acting defense chief. Navy Secretary Richard Spencer will fill in as acting defense secretary until Esper is confirmed by the Republican majority Senate. On Wall Street, major stocks index ended a wobbly day with modest gains. The Dow added 27. This is Fox News.
This is what Flo from Progressive sounds like in one of our many hilarious commercials.
Hi, did you know that you can get a quote on your motorcycle insurance in under 3 minutes at Progressive.com? And did you know that saying hi makes even bad news sound good? Hi, you have high cholesterol.
And this is what that same commercial sounds like on your motorcycle.
Hi, there's no one.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. I got to do a couple of things, and then I got to get home. I got some errands to run. So thank you very much. I do appreciate the support. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're on Twitch, you can subscribe or follow. It's up to you. Don't forget, Amazon Prime Day is going. We've got a couple of good deals that we were able to get today, so there's some good stuff on there. I did see one thing, though, that I've been watching for the past couple of days. They actually raised the price up, so that way you can get a 5% discount, and it takes it back down to the normal price. I did see that. So that happened. But, yeah. All right. You all take care. Bye.